pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I will start off with our roll call. Andrew Jacobs is not here with us today. He's absent. So we have Bob Cooney, Martin.
Try that one more time. Sorry about that. Started with our roll call. Andrew Jacob is absent tonight, but we have with us Bob Cooney, Martha Majeski, Danielle Jouin, myself, John Callahan. Lori Gates from our township staff is also absent, but we have Valentina Mitterer, and then Mike Crotty and Paul Bettinger. Great. And with that, I will also announce that we had executive sessions on July 14th, July 24th, and August 11th to talk about personnel matters, open litigation, and open space matters. I think that covers.
And personnel.
Yeah, I said personnel. Yeah. So that should be it. Great. And with that, I will move on to our consent agenda. So I will make a motion for the acceptance of the minutes of Board of Supervisors dated July 14th, 2025, for our regular business meeting and the July 24th, 2025 workshop meeting. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. I'll make a motion for the acceptance of treasurer's report for period ending July 31st, 2025. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Martha, anything you'd like to cover since
Okay.
Lori is not here?
Wait, it's been a while since I've, oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I have done a treasurer's report here, so give me just a few seconds here.
Yeah, no problem.
Our previous month's balance in our general fund was just over 6.6 million. This month, the current month, it is just over 6.3 million. We have collected just over 77% of our revenues for the year, and we have spent 51.8% of our budget so far. So we are in really good shape. All of the bills have been reviewed and are okay for payment.
Excellent.
So does anybody have any other questions?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then I'll make a motion for the approval of disbursements dated August 11th, 2025. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and then I'll make a motion for to ratify the disbursements to the Department of Treasury dated July 30th, 2025, in the amount of $176.97. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, moving on to subdivision and land development. First up, we have a zoning hearing board application for 1335 Melvin Road. Paul, I will kick this over to you.
I'll actually take that one because
Oh.
you're not usually zoning hearing board.
Oh,
Sorry, Paul, I
sure,
appreciate it
yes.
though. So this is a zoning hearing board application seeking to construct a small addition and covered porch on an already non-conforming lot. There are no concerns from the township, and the board has the decision to remain neutral or oppose.
I say we need to just remain neutral on this. That's my opinion.
We'd like to look
Do-
to have the lot up here.
Do you happen to know what their maximum lot coverage will hit?
I can answer that.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
The maximum lot coverage is 30%. The lot is presently at 32.67%, so it's an existing nonconformity. And the addition of both the front addition to the house as well as the covered porch will drag it up to 33.61%. So this will require from the zoning hearing board a special exception because this is an extension of an existing nonconformity.
I also feel no action. Anyone else feel strongly?
No.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
I will note that the lot is very oddly shaped, so it's a very challenging
Yeah.
lot for the applicant. Just,
Take a look.
From the sketch.
Have we heard from the neighbors, any complaints or concerns, and have they shown that they're all right with it?
We haven't heard from the neighbors at this time, but I'm not sure if the applicant is here to speak. So not at this time.
Anything else? Okay, no action it is. All right, moving on to next, a subdivision land development application for 167 Picket Post Lane. This time I will pass it over to Paul.
perfect, yes. So what the applicant at 167 Picket Post is looking to do is to construct an in-ground pool, deck, and pad for their lot, and they also are going to construct a detention basin. The waiver, this is a stormwater management and grading permit application. But when the application came in, it was clear that they were going to require a stormwater management ordinance because due to they have to put in a stormwater structure, but they they need 50 feet from their side property lines, and the lot's only 50 feet wide. So they have no ability to install any stormwater management on their lot based off of that criteria. So in our review letter, we noted to the applicant engineer, that they are going to be required to get a waiver for this. They appeared before the Planning Commission, excuse me, in July, and the Planning Commission recommended approval for this. So their design, they have stormwater management. They're not trying to avoid anything. They just don't have the ability to put it anywhere else on their lot. It's 167 Picket Post.
It looks as though their neighbors have a similar. 165. Well, both of them have pools on both sides. Yeah, it's a pool. It's a blue, or it's a blue patio.
I'm following. Okay.
So I would presume that did they have to give variances as well? I mean, that lot is just as narrow.
I would assume so. I wasn't involved on the other lots.
I don't have any strong feelings. I can't imagine their neighbors object, since both of them probably have done the same thing.
Okay, with that in mind, is the applicant here? I'd like to come and speak up. Come on up. Give me your name and, well, address should be obvious, but name and address, yeah, into the microphone. It's for the recording.
Okay.
Yes.
Christy Fleming, 167 Picket Post Lane. So as far as I understand, so yes, both of our neighbors have pools. They did not need the basin. We failed the water infiltration test, and that is why we need to do this, is my understanding.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anything different about your property compared to the neighbors? Is it in the swale?
I was going to say, all of us are in the swale, and we get really bad flooding throughout our that whole section of the yard. I wish I could speak more on that, but that's about all I know.
But you're satisfied You're satisfied with the storm water management that they're gonna be putting in?
Yes, we do have a review letter, but they're going in the right direction for this. They are not trying, they're not asking for waivers for volume or reduction rates or anything like that. They simply need a waiver for the physical location for their facility.
Okay.
All right.
It's just the setback.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's literally, the applicant would have no ability to install anything on their
Right.
lot based off of the setbacks.
It would
being
literally
a 100-foot
be-
lot, 50-50, so they can't put it in.
It would be literally a 3-inch
Yeah.
stormwater.
They said there
yeah.
was no other option,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the neighbors on both sides of you have pools now?
Yeah.
They didn't fail the perk test, I guess.
I don't
No.
think we should oppose.
I don't think we should oppose.
no, we have to vote.
So, so this one would not be this one isn't going before the zoning hearing board.
Oh,
This
it's
is
not
a-
going
yeah,
through
it's
zoning,
vote.
it's a
This is
waiver.
This is
It's a waiver.
stormwater
Oh,
management.
sorry,
board. Yeah,
sorry.
waiver. Yep.
I should look
This
at
is a
the, I
waiver.
should look at the agenda.
Don't worry, that's why I'm here. With that, I will make a motion for approval for the waiver of section 310, 25C13 to be able to build a stormwater management basin within the required 50-foot setback for the pool project at 167 Picket Post Lane. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you much for coming in. Great. Next up, the board would like to acknowledge that they received a sketch plan submission for 1485 Valley Forge Road. Currently at this time, we're not taking any action, we're not doing any discussion, we're not doing any notes. This is really at the very beginning of the process. There's really nothing for the board to do at the moment. We just kind of want to make an announcement that we received something. Things will be happening down the line. I will kick it over to Paul and Mike, whichever one of you guys want to go through what the sketch plan process actually looks like, just for everyone's edification, but yes.
Certainly, thank you, John. So the township is in receipt of a sketch plan for 1485 Valley Forge Road. The applicant for this is Scotia Investment Properties LP. They're the equitable owner, and they submitted for a sketch plan review, which the township engineer we're in the process of doing. The process of this will be, we will prepare a review letter based on the sketch plan that was received, and it will be discussed in the September Planning Commission meeting. As far as the sketch plan is concerned, it's not a land development application, so it does not escalate to the Board of Supervisors. So at the September meeting, the Planning Commission will be reviewing the sketch plan if the applicant plans to attend.
Jaden, come on up.
What is the definition?
Name and address.
Oh, sorry,
All
Ellen
good.
Jansen, 15 Galway Lane. What's the definition of a sketch plan?
I don't know it verbatim, but a sketch plan is, for lack of anything else, it's a 1 or maybe 2-page plan set that is submitted to a municipality. And basically it is showing a conceptual idea based off of a yield, a density, the zoning, et cetera, for a project. That is the ability for the applicant to go in front of the Planning Commission to discuss and go through the project. The Planning Commission doesn't make any recommendations because it's not a land development, so it doesn't escalate to a Board of Supervisors review, but the Planning Commission can opine on what is presented to them and also what the township engineer and any other applicable agencies comment upon.
So it's a plan to develop the property, but it's just extremely preliminary?
Yeah, so if you, there's, in land development world, there's generally a 3-step process, or sorry, 2-step process. That is, you come in with a preliminary plan, and that's a really thick, huge plan set. A lot of engineering studies that go in with it. That goes through a whole process before the Planning Commission, Historical Commission, all the other different township boards and commissions, and then ultimately gets acted upon by the Township Board of Supervisors. Once that's approved, or if that's approved with conditions, then it goes to final, and then it's the same thing. This is a voluntary step before that, which is, I don't want to say back of the napkin, but without the benefit of all those engineering studies and surveys and everything else that's on the site, to get it for an applicant to get initial feedback as to what comments the Planning Commission or other bodies might have.
So the feedback is from township organizations? Okay.
Township and the public can
Right.
give their feedback at the Planning Commission
And
as well.
Actually, that gets me to a sidebar question, but is there a way for residents to receive township communications I feel like I'm in the dark unless I look on the township website. I receive emails from the Chester County Board of Commissioners and Chester County itself all the time, at least once a week. And is there a way for the residents to receive emails from the township so that we know about things like this and can be aware of them?
So there is an email distro you can sign up for on the website that'll, you'll get email alerts for. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily know if the sketch plan specifically had a notice go out, but no.
I know I've signed up for
Agendas.
that multiple
Agendas
times
about
in the past,
Yeah.
but I don't receive anything.
You don't receive any emails at all.
No, and it seems like agendas and what commission is meeting next and what the schedule is should just go out in mass emails.
So the agenda should go out. So that means something's probably going wrong. If you want to,
Yeah, I'll call again, but I've done it, I keep, I think maybe they're just deleting me from the list.
I would hope not.
It could be.
No one's intentionally deleting you from the list.
But back to what you were saying, sir, so is there a usual time frame for this? That I know that the whole thing with the whole Polig issue started in about 2007, and then in 2025 there was final resolution. Is that atypical, typical?
That's
given-
not usual. The typical land development process is about 18 to 36 months if you're considering preliminary plan approval and final plan approval.
Okay, so we should all be on the ball with everything. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
If you go to the Agenda Center on the
Mhm.
website, if you go to the Agenda Center on the
Mm-hmm.
website, you can specify which subscriptions you want.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and there's, for Board of Supervisors, Board of Auditors, Environmental Advisory Council, you just may want to check your settings to make sure that you're subscribed to each of
I'll
those.
do it again and see. Yeah, but I know that I'll have to make sure people in my neighborhood are aware.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very informative to get things from the county. I would just like to know more about what's going on here. Thank you. I'll check that again.
Okay, with all that said, we have no old business to go over, so moving into new business. So first up is a consideration for a lease of infilling EDU for 351 Drummers Lane. And again, I will pass it over to Paul.
Thank you, John. So 351 Drummers Lane has gone through the township's preliminary plan approval as well as the township's final plan approval, and the Board of Supervisors has granted them approval with conditions. The way this property worked was it was originally 3 lots. It was consolidated down to 1 lot. Many years ago, it became 2 lots, and now the plan was to go down to 3 lots. They did have a stub installed back in the day. They've been in contact with Valley Forge Sewer Authority, but they did not have an EDU ever. So they are requesting an infill EDU for the property. I have no objections at this point for this property owner.
I'll also note that the Planning Commission recommended the EDU release back in July. Great, any other questions? Great, with that, I will make a motion for the release of infilling EDU for 351 Drummers Lane. Do I hear a second?
I'm sorry. Aye.
All in favor? Aye. It's one of those nights. Next up is I'll make a motion for the acceptance of December 31st, 2024 audited financials. Do I hear a second? Martha, anything you'd like to cover on this?
Just so that everyone is aware, the auditors came to our last workshop meeting to discuss the audit and the audit process. We did have, it was a more lengthy audit process this time because we actually changed from a cash-based system to a accrual. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. To accrual-based, and it was more time-consuming. There were no issues. There were no problems. And the report, is it going up on our website, or is it up on the website?
We do have our DCED one, but it is available upon request.
Okay. Oh, it's available upon
Full
request.
accrual, correct.
Okay. Okay. And that's pretty much all I have to say.
Excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Next up is I'll make a motion for the approval of agreement with All City Management Services Incorporated for the 2025 to 2026 crossing guard services in an amount not to exceed $24,040.80. Valentina.
Yeah, so this is just our annual renewal of our crossing guard services with All City Management, and we do split the cost 50-50 with Phoenixville School District.
And it's a budgeted item. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
John, I think we need a second.
Second.
Did I not say? Sorry.
You make the
Again.
motion, make the motion.
We're good.
All right.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next up, I'll make a motion for approval of annual taser lease agreement and additional holsters from Axon Enterprises Incorporated in the amount of $6,246.80. Do I hear a second? Man, we are doing great tonight. Chief, is there anything you want to add to this? It's pretty run of the mill.
Yeah, it's a standard agreement. We have a
Yep.
4 or 5 year program.
All right. Just for the mic, standard agreement, 4 or 5 year program. Again, a budgeted item.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will make a motion for the approval of land operating agreement with Hoover Farms LLC to conduct meadow maintenance operations for 930 Valley Forge Road. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Valentina or Mike, anything you want to touch on for this?
So this is essentially our contract with the farmer to take care of and manage the Sedgley property, whatever we're gonna call it. And it's free unless we do more than one cutting, more than one maintenance year, and then it's capped after that.
So it's, when you said it's free, so we don't charge for that one cut, they don't, is it because they use it for straw or?
Correct, yeah, we
Okay.
don't pay him for that.
Okay, but if we wanted additional cuts, he would,
He would do it. Yep.
okay.
And if we do additional cuts and we have to pay for it, that comes out of the open space fee.
And I do just want to note that Natural Lands did say that we should do 1 cut a year, so that's for our meadow maintenance, and it was suggested.
Okay.
And when we say meadow maintenance, is that the whole property or
Like-
just that front? Meadow maintenance, what part of the property is that covering? Everything that's in field right now?
It's everything in that big field.
And just in the front field or the whole property?
Yeah, there's a field, there's a northern parcel, and then there's a southern parcel. Is it doing both of those?
Yeah, I wanna say yes too, but I don't have it in front of me. Just trying to pull it up.
I think it's for both of those fields because it is all the farmed land.
Okay.
And does he plan on planting anything or is he just gonna keep it as is? And
No, at
Harvest
this
farm.
time, we're unable to farm on that land for some of the grants that we're seeking right now.
Ellen Jansen, 15 Galway Lane. So this is the Reeves property this is,
Correct.
they equal each other. Okay. And what is the update on that with the land trust and all of that's going on?
So the update I'll give is that we have a workshop upcoming in September and October. I keep forgetting which month it is. September, which will be going over.
No, I'm sorry, August.
Is it August? I thought it was okay.
In 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 weeks?
Okay, so in 2 weeks, in our next workshop meeting, we'll be having. Man, not doing great tonight. Name of the company, please.
We're going to be discussing pre-planning services with Simone Collins.
Simone
So this
Collins,
is not
thank
going to
you.
discuss what we're going to be doing with the property. It's just
Yeah.
to kind of get an idea from residents and the board on what their aim is for the property. So right now it's pre-planning. There's no concrete plans at this time.
So that would be open to the public then?
Yes,
Correct. It's the workshop.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's the 28th, so it's 2 Thursdays out.
Okay, the 28th, you said? Okay.
And this is just to discuss the pre-planning services, so it hasn't been approved by the board at this time, and this is just a workshop to discuss the services that they will provide. So we will not be discussing what's actually going to be done with the property, to be clear.
So when you say to be done, so it's uncertain whether it will be conserved land or have some other?
So the pre-planning services will be discussing how do we solicit input from the public, and how do we go about doing that? So it's a process discussion, not a end result discussion. How do we get the input that we need to make the later decisions on what the property will look like?
So it's
And that's
not
what's
yet
going to be
determined if
discussed.
It's going to be conserved.
That would be that would be the end result of the process. I mean, it has been purchased with open space funds.
So,
Right,
yes,
right.
there are very strict rules on what we can actually do with that
But
property.
if you want to learn more about what the process will be to get the input to make the decisions, that would be at this workshop meeting in August.
Okay, so it's not like it can turn into a football field. It has
Well,
to be-
we don't know until the public, a big part of this is getting public input. So the very first step is to get some counsel from a park planner on how to get the outreach started, to bring people in and see what they want to do with it.
Right.
So that's going to play a big part in getting
So
the public's.
Even though it's open space, it still can be, as long as it doesn't have a roof on it or something.
So there are a whole range of uses under the Open Space Act to what it can be put toward, either passive open space like trails and open meadows to more active open space. So there's that, it can be anything under that.
I just want to say, this is a little bit off topic from what the agenda item is, and maybe
Correct.
more appropriate for public comment at the end.
Right, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on the farming contract? Or the? Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Next up is a motion for approval of tree removal proposal from Pennsylvania Tree Services Incorporated for tree removal at 930 Valley Forge Road for the amount of $6,175. Valentina, anything you'd like to comment for this?
I'll second.
Oh my God, thank you.
So there is a large dead ash tree that is growing on the side of the manor house structure. So Natural Lands did suggest that we remove it.
Short and sweet and to the point, Valentina, I love it.
Yeah.
So, may I just ask, it's one ash tree?
It's very large, and because it grew onto the structure, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to remove than just chopping a tree down.
Which is
Okay.
why so much.
And we did, because I've had a lot of tree removal at my property. We did get multiple bids for
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Okay. It's a lot of money for a tree.
And again, with it being right next to the house, if this goes down, it takes the house with it. So it's
No,
it's
no,
pretty
I know.
imperative to get it. Yeah. And again, this or not again, but this will get paid out of open space funds as well. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving up over to resolutions and ordinances. I'll make a motion for the adoption of resolution 2025-22, authorizing payment of routine bills. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. This resolution is simply to reflect our change from a cash-based to accrual accounting system. We're just making a resolution to make it official. Valentina, any?
Yeah, so this is to memorialize our ability to pay certain bills via ACH, because since we pay bills once a month, we don't usually coincide with the billing cycle for our utility. So this is just to make sure we're not late.
All in favor? Aye. Make a motion for adoption of resolution 2025-24, amended depositories and signatures. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I'll just say this is to update our resolution to reflect Andrew as a supervisor. We have already done this with our banking institutions. This is just to memorialize that in writing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And a motion for adoption of resolution 2025-23, withdrawal of Warnock subdivision and land development application, French Creek Business Park Lot number 3. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Anything anyone wants to clarify on that one, or?
Just to note that they are withdrawing their application.
All right.
So this is memorializing that.
All in favor? Aye. Great. All right, moving on to 2-minute reports. Bob, got anything for us from open space?
Nothing to report except that they're always. Open Space is forging ahead, trying to find deals, talk to people, and bring them to us. They're always out knocking on doors. If anybody has land that they want to put in a conservation easement, come talk to them. Police and fire are doing great jobs, and that's about it.
Excellent. Martha, you got anything for us?
Well, the Planning Commission met in July, and we've already discussed the two things that were on the agenda, so I'm not going to,
Believe the point.
yes, we don't need to go over that again. The Historical Commission met and they talked about the 250th and their plans for that. They found some grant money for the mid-century modern ordinance. So they're going to be, it's about $10,000, so it'll be really good.
Yeah.
So they are applying for that as we speak. So we will know that shortly, whether they get that or not. I think it was through the Museum Commission, the Pennsylvania Museum Commission. And we should know about that shortly. So that will actually help pay for the ordinance, for updating the ordinance for the mid-century moderns and that whole process.
Nice.
So, and that's pretty much it.
Cool. Danielle.
So Andrew actually stood,
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
attended for me the PRPC meeting last week, and he is not here tonight, so I apologize, I don't have a report.
Okay.
I should have connected with him before tonight's meeting.
It's no problem. We'll have them do double duty next time. As for myself, for the EAC, they are considering doing a rain barrel workshop, which I think is pretty cool. If anyone has any interest in that, keep an eye out for that on the usual channels. Rain barrel. A DIY rain barrel specifically too. So learning how to build it yourself, maintain it, take care of it, everything you do with it. Yeah, pretty excited. I will be there. That's still in the planning phase. Don't have a date for it yet. Also doing our annual tree giveaway come November 2nd, I believe was the date we have. November 1st, with a rain date of November 2nd, 10 to 12. As with previous years, you have to sign up to get your tree ahead of time, and the pickup will be the November 1st. So again, keep an eye out if that's something you have an interest in.
They're about, how big are the trees?
They're saplings.
They're saplings, yeah.
It varies each year.
It does.
Yeah,
Where
varies each year.
where the vendor comes.
The first year they did it, they were in like 2-gallon pots, and then last year I think it was like 1 gallon or 2-gallon pots, and then they also had seedlings. So it just varies. It depends on where they can get trees from.
And then there will be a volunteer Pothouse Road cleanup event for anyone interested on October 25th. And then that's all I got for the AC. Valentina, anything for us?
Yes, I have a bit of a laundry list.
Oh, okay.
So I am happy to announce that the township was awarded $500,000 from Chester County as a part of the preservation program towards the acquisition of Sedgley Farms. Yes.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you and Lori have done, and all of our staff for that. You guys do a lot of work that's unheralded, so thank you.
Of course. Also, the township right now is conducting paving operations, and they will be complete Wednesday, August 13th. I did update the website this morning. We had a little bit of delays. The roads that were paved this year were Rossiter, Oakmont, Drummers, and Green Lane. We also had a meeting with PennDOT for the Route 23 corridor safety improvements. This was a pre-construction meeting last week. They are upgrading the traffic signals and doing ADA equipment along the corridor. There will be no new signals installed, but it is just updates. In our township specifically, they will be widening and restriping the eastbound approach of Route 23 to provide an exclusive left turn lane onto Township Line Road with milling and overlay. They will also be removing and configuring the Route 23 Bridge Street intersection within the existing cartway.
So the Route 23 east right-hand turning lane onto Township
Township Line Road.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
And the
So
western
there'll
part.
be an exclusive left turn lane, correct?
Okay.
Yes. And then we also had a meeting about the Creek Road Bridge replacement. This project let date was May 8th, and it is a notice to proceed on August 4th, 2025. The contractor does intend to begin tree cleaning soon, but there's restriction due to the current bats in the area. The contractor will give the township advance notice of any traffic improvements and detours and does not anticipate the full road closure until sometime in 2026. And the anticipated completion date is not till June 14th, 2027. And Valley Park Bridge is still anticipated to be complete at the end of August. We have not heard any differently. And that's all.
Excellent. Paul, you have anything for us tonight?
Yeah, just, pardon me, an update on the sidewalk project. So we received a review letter from PennDOT dated August 1st, 2025, and that was our Cycle 3 application. Most of the comments in there are generally talking about a pipe that they want to have replaced. We tried to push back a little bit, but they have come back and say that they want that done. They've asked for the township to do a couple soft digs about some of the utility conflicts because there's concerns about not knowing exactly what is under the street, kind of a utility, soup to try to go through and replace an existing 12-inch CMP with an 18-inch RCP. Additionally, we've had some constructive,
Sorry, Paul, is that a gas line or is that a?
we don't, it could be water, could be gas, could be underground utilities. There's concerns about some of those utilities that have been installed over the time. And they want us to do a soft dig to find out if some utilities might be just a dead line, when they're digging. It might be an old gas line that they just abandoned and things like that. So PennDOT has asked us to go through and do a soft dig for this.
Okay.
Additionally, we've had all the residents who have attended the meetings and the workshops. We've been able to have video meetings with all of them. We've had constructive conversations, and that was their ideas and some of the township's thoughts have been processed and were included in this last revision. PennDOT that didn't have issues with some of the grading and the walls, et cetera. We're still working towards getting all the required sign-offs with the easements, the minimum use driveways, et cetera. So that's the challenge. We've had some good conversations. Not everybody that we've talked with has signed off at this point, and there's a couple people who didn't attend any meetings, and we're looking to try to solicit the conversations with them through going up to their doors and things like that, and trying to have a meeting with that way to have them contact the township directly.
I do just want to note that for the residents that we haven't been able to get in contact with, they'll be receiving letters. Township staff will be sending them this week to their house, similar to a door hanger.
Okay.
Excellent. Chief, anything for us?
Just news report that you guys, I forwarded to all of you. The only other thing I have, all of the officers were able to tour the new elementary school up in East Pikeland that the school district made available to us. So if we would have to respond up there, we'd be familiar with the building. And I'd just like to note Frank Garitano, who is our liaison for security with the school district, is going to be retiring this year. It's going to be a huge loss. He's a great guy. He's reached out to us. We work with him. I don't know who his replacement is, but we're going to miss him. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Anything for us, fire? Yeah. Fire team, as I apparently like to call you.
By the fire team?
It's what I called it last time because
Fire team.
Fire guys.
fire guys. Yeah.
No, nothing specific, but again, we're always open to whatever questions or comments you guys have. So, other than that,
I don't think so. No event announcements?
yeah, I don't have that date in front of me.
Fair enough.
September or something. We'll talk about it soon enough. Yeah.
I was just, I forget what it was, whether it was a week ago or so, there was an accident on Whitehorse that closed off most of Whitehorse. And I just remember thinking to myself, thank God that we have police and fire departments so close by to respond to things like this. So thank you guys.
No worries. That's why we're here.
Great. Thank you much. Great. With that, agenda for upcoming workshop meetings. They are set. However, I keep getting their orders wrong. So Valentina, if you wouldn't mind.
Similar to what we spoke about before, the August workshop will consist of pre-planning, the pre-planning process for 930 Valley Forge Road. Then in September, we will be discussing the municipal complex. We'll have an update on that. October is typically budget, and then we don't have a November and December workshop.
Great, thank you much. And any announcements you would like to go over?
No announcements.
Okay. With that, I'll open up to public comment. Anyone has anything? Come on up. Name and address again as usual. Sorry, it's how it
Ellen
goes.
Jansen, 15 Galway Lane. I have two questions, actually.
Sure.
One is about the brake retarders on Route 23. I don't know if any, you live near 23, but even at 4 in the morning, they're just, we live right near the intersection of 23 and Country Club. The retarders are so loud. And there's a sign on the Pothouse Road over by Kimberton that says no brake retarders and township limits, but nothing else. And these, I actually went to the DOT last week in KOP, and it's kind of like Fort Knox, but the guy who escorted me to the guy who would talk to me actually was a retired 18-wheeler driver. He used to drive 100 to 200,000 miles a year. And he said there's no reason to use, they call them Jake brakes, no reason to use those. They just use them to make noise and antagonize people, the people who use those. So they gave me sheets of what, you know, the township needs to have rules that say no brake retarders, and then the DOT has to go in. It's a whole process. But the guy I spoke to said that since you have a sign in the western end of the township, there must have been something at some point in time that was done saying no brake retarders. However, he said someone could have just put the sign up on their own, you know, gotten a fake sign. So I don't know what the next part of the process is for this, but I do know they disturb the neighbors around because many people have come and told me that the brake retarders drive them crazy. So what should we do next? Is there anything that I can do as a resident? I have the sheets the DOT gave me, and they gave me the contact info of another guy who wasn't there that day, whom they said might know more.
Sure.
My understanding is we have an ordinance that you can't use brake retarders within our municipal borders. And she's right, there is a sign that's up on Pothouse Road that says no brake retarders within our municipal borders. Isn't this more of an enforcement thing than it is?
Enforcement and signage.
Oh, there are no signs anywhere else that I've ever seen, just that one. So
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was for specific roads. I don't think it's within the entirety of the township. I can look that up, but at this time, I don't think it's the entire township.
Okay, because the sign does say no brake retarders within municipal borders. But like she said, it may just be somebody just put it up.
Is that tied to a sound ordinance?
I think.
That'd be vehicles and traffic, sorry. I'm looking now.
That's the municipal.
That's what I
so that's
was under the
boundary
impression.
borough there. So that would.
But the sign is actually in Schuylkill Township.
Is it facing the
It's
wrong
it's
way?
on the stop sign right there at the corner. I know, that intersection, intersection's really
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
there. It's Schuylkill, East Pikeland,
Okay.
and the borough.
It's west of the fire station. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So,
So is this, this is something we can look into.
okay.
Right?
I can give you-
Valentina?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you leave what
We-
materials you have,
Yeah.
if you'd like to
Yes.
send them into Valentina.
Sure, I can just email them to you?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
sure.
This,
And then-
this may be something to look through with the other ordinance revamps they're doing too. See if that's something we need to address on the ordinance side as well. Yeah.
It just seems weird to me that other municipalities can say, you can't do this through our entire municipality, but Schuylkill Township has to do it road by road.
Well, with the DOT, they said it could be the whole township, but
Okay,
all
that
the
might be-
state roads you have to do with the DOT. I'll scan and email.
Oh, okay,
info
okay.
to Valentina, and then. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is kind of like Fort Knox there. It's not like you see anybody else going through.
It's not built to receive guests.
Yeah. And the guy escorted me back to the elevator and said he should escort me out the door, but he trusted me to just go down. And then my second is just when the township approves things business things, I'm talking specifically about Delaware Valley paving. When that was approved a number of years ago, the guy said, I'll just have a few trucks and my people. Well, looking at that now on Pauling Road, it's huge. He has a ton of trucks, tons of employees, cars everywhere. And that wasn't in the original, this is my plan. And I guess he's bought that Italianate looking house across the street. And then the area that a few years ago was said to be, the guys got approval for repo. They said they'd have at the most three trucks that would be up for repo. But that's all turned into Del Val paving stuff. So I don't know what's going on, but it's a big enterprise now. It was just going to be a few trucks, and it's huge, and it seems to have no limits. And I know that he elevated his land. Someone told me that a number of years ago. Elevated his land 4 feet up so it wouldn't flood when the Schuylkill was flooding. So does the township keep track of things like that, or what?
I wasn't there personally for that approval.
No, you weren't.
No, I can tell you the approval almost certainly wasn't conditional on them having a maximum number of trucks. That may have just been something that was commented on during the discussion, but I don't believe there's any kind of legal claim we have to restrict them on the number of trucks that they have. At least directly tied to that approval, beyond any other legal claims there are.
And then the repo center that's become a Del Val paving, it just all seems kind of fishy to me. So I didn't know if the township knows what's going on.
Not directly.
Okay. But you know the area I'm talking about, right there by the river.
Yeah, I'm over there all the time.
And is that Italianate house? It looks like that's been bought or something by Del Val, because now they have some of their equipment there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they purchased it.
Did they?
Mhm.
So are they going to demolish it, or
No.
allegedly? We'll see what happens.
We don't have any plans for that property at this time.
He came before the Historical Commission to talk about plans for it, but it was just talk. He didn't have anything in writing, but he doesn't want to tear it down. He wants to use it.
Okay. All right. And then the third thing I'd like to say is the signs that the fire department has, when the one that said help wanted, odd hours, no pay, I think that was those signs are great. They get attention, people notice them, people talk about them. Do you have anything to do with those?
I missed the first part, I'm sorry.
The signs for the fire department with help wanted, odd hours, no pay. I forget the
We
exact.
have quite a few weird ones.
But they're great, people love them.
Attention getters.
Yeah, people love them. I hope they've gotten, helped you with recruitment, because
Evan's all about getting attention, begging for attention.
it seems like every year.
And a
there's more
monster
more
recruiter at the same
fire
time.
calls. I don't know if it's just my perception or if there really are more fire calls every year.
It's highs and lows, there's no.
But I think those signs are great. People really enjoy them. So whenever you,
Glad they're making those.
yeah, they are. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Ellie.
So actually, I wanted to add some comments about the process for Sedgley Farm, Reeves property, whatever you want to call it. If you will recall, when we did the plans for Valley Park, when we came up with the master plan for that, there was all kinds of public meetings where people attended and the public could give information about what they would like to see there, or what they didn't want to see there, or what was allowed to be there, or what wasn't allowed to be there. These meetings is all part of what the master plan for that property will be. This is going to take a long time to actually come up with the master plan. It's not going to happen in 1 or 2 meetings. This is going to take years to get this process done. So don't think that next month all these decisions are going to be made and it's going to be done, because that's not the way this works. It's going to take a long time, And next month is just to inform the public of what that process is gonna look like and how long it's gonna take. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. But it's basically just to let the public understand what this process is and how we're gonna be able to get information from them. What do you wanna see there? How does the township know what it is that you wanna see there? And it's exactly the same thing that we did with Valley Park.
So we should have 30-year-olds go to those meetings instead of be 20 or 30 years before.
No. Okay.
You know, it took 10 years.
Yeah.
It took 11 years to get Valley Park done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any further public comment? That'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.